In Bénari, time had a strange way of healing wounds, but never erasing them. Years had passed since Kalenzu, the youngest leopard priest of his generation, crossed into the spirit realm and returned carrying a presence that was no longer human. After he vanished into the forbidden forest, the villagers spoke his name only in whispers. Children grew up hearing stories of the boy who returned wrong, and hunters refused to enter the grove where he once disappeared. And yet, on quiet nights, some still claimed they saw amber eyes watching from the treetops. The elders prayed the legend had finally ended. But legends, especially the dangerous ones, have long shadows. And on a night when the moon failed to rise, when the world lay under a suffocating blanket of darkness, the ground trembled, not from footsteps, but from memory. Then came it, that sound, that ancient, forbidden rhythm. Boom, boom, boom. The same drums that once called Kalenzu, the drums that had not played in years, the drums that were never meant to play again. And when the first vibration shook the village, everyone knew the forest had chosen once more. Her name was Asha, a quiet girl no older than 10. Small, soft-spoken, and often seen standing at the edge of the village, staring into the forest as if listening to voices hidden in the wind. No one paid much attention to her, until the night the drums began. When the first thunderous beat rolled across the land, Asha sat upright in her sleep. Her eyes, usually dark, flickered gold, glowing brighter with each echo of the drums. She rose from her mat without a word, barefoot, calm, almost floating. Her mother grabbed her arm, terrified. "My child, stop. What is happening to you?" Asha turned slowly. Her gaze was distant, unfocused, yet ancient, and in a voice that did not belong to a child, she whispered, "He is not alone in the forest anymore." Before her parents could shout, an invisible force pulsed from her body, a wave of heat that burned without fire. The doorway shook, the air vibrated, and the girl walked past them as though the spirits themselves carried her footsteps. The elders of Bénari gathered within minutes. Their robes fluttered nervously in the cold wind that suddenly swept through the kingdom. Beside them stood the leopard priests, their sacred beads rattling, their staffs buzzing with spiritual unease. The head elder's voice trembled. "The drum should not be playing. The night is unblessed. The spirits, they are calling without us." A younger elder stepped forward. "But they are not calling Kalenzu." Silence followed. Everyone knew what that meant. The leopard priests exchanged frightened glances. "The spirits never choose a child," one whispered. "Something is wrong, deeply wrong. The balance is shifting." The oldest priest, his face marked with white ritual paint, closed his eyes and said, "If the drums have chosen her, then the forest fears something far greater than anything we faced before." Asha reached the edge of the forest. The moment her feet touched the boundary, the trees reacted, leaning toward her like ancient guardians recognizing an heir. Leaves rustled in patterns that sounded suspiciously like murmured greetings. A cold mist rose around her ankles. Small glowing shapes darted through the branches, not animals, but spirits, curious and excited. The sacred drums grew louder, echoing from somewhere deep within the grove. Boom, boom, boom. The villagers followed at a distance, too afraid to intervene, yet unable to turn away. Asha did not look back. Her glowing eyes never blinked. It was as if the forest had been waiting for her since the day she was born. Far beyond the village, deep inside the forbidden forest, Kalenzu, the boy who became something else, opened his eyes. He had not slept in years. Spirits do not sleep. His amber eyes glowed brighter, sensing the drums vibrating through the roots and soil. The ancient voice inside him whispered, "The girl has been chosen." Kalenzu frowned. She is too young. The crossing will break her. But the spirit inside him, the one fused to his soul since the night of his transformation, hissed. The drums do not ask permission. Kalenzu rose slowly, his leopard skin cloak blending with the shadows. He moved without sound, the forest bending away from him like water. He whispered into the darkness. If they have chosen her, then something else has awakened. Asha stepped into a clearing bathed in pale silver light. In the center stood the spirit stone, cracked, old, but suddenly blazing with energy, glowing brighter than it ever had for Kalenzu. The drum stopped. Silence swallowed the forest. A breeze blew through, carrying the faint smell of incense and ancient power. Asha approached the spirit stone with the calmness of someone who had done this many times before, even though she had never touched it. Behind her, villagers fell to their knees, begging her to stop. Asha, do not touch it. The spirits will take you. But her voice sounded older, deeper, as she stared at the burning stone. If I don't go, he won't come back. Without hesitation, the child placed her small hand upon the stone. The ground screamed. Light exploded from the stone. Blinding, violent, alive. Asha's body lifted from the earth, and in a flash, she was gone. When the light faded, silence fell. A terrifying silence. The spirit stone cracked down the middle, its magic drained, its power disrupted, its purpose violated. The ground quivered, birds fled. Even the spirits retreated into the deeper shadows. Then, from the darkness of the forest, a sound rose. A horrible, trembling sound that did not belong to any living creature. A roar that shook the leaves from the trees. A roar that echoed with pain, rage, and ancient hunger. Not beast, not human, not spirit. Something mixed between all three. The elders collapsed in terror. The leopard priests raised their staffs, hands shaking. And far in the darkness, walking silently toward the clearing, Kalenzu whispered, "The veil is torn, and she has awakened something older than the ancestors.